If you've ever wondered what it's like to be eaten by a Chompy, you kind of have an idea now. We just took a look at this pop-up Chompy storage case from PowerA, and again, I think it's going to be a pretty big hit with the kids in terms of getting them to clean up the Skylander section of your home. That said, something that will do that and possibly more is the Skylanders SuperChargers garage storage case. This is the one I was the most excited about when this stuff all arrived yesterday, and I'm excited. That's another reason I kind of cleared the pool table off here. I'm hoping to fold this thing out for you. But this is also from PowerA. $24.99 is the MSRP. It is currently in stock and available at Amazon. You should be seeing it Toys R Us, Target, stores of that nature here very, very soon. Should be hanging up, or what my local stores did with like the trap storage chests and the stackable tackle boxes, they tend to have them just kind of on like a bottom shelf, and then they have like the display piece. So be on the lookout for it. But this right here is a cool deal, because with SuperChargers, for the very first time ever, we didn't just have, your standard Skylander figure. We actually have vehicles. We've got, a hot streak here. We've got the clown cruiser. You got planes. You got submarines. You got jets. You got all kinds of stuff. Most of them have interaction of some sort. For example, rolling across and running into the stealth stinger. All kinds of good stuff you can do. And that's where this kind of shines. I think it's going to be pretty exciting. But what this is, again, it's the garage storage case. They're claiming you can store 20 supercharger vehicles. You better bet your bottom dollar we're going to test that out. You can drive evil crazy with this playset storage box combo. That is right. The big selling point for the younger audience is not only does this store the vehicles and look cool from the collector's older player perspective, but you can also have a lot of fun with it. So it's got the road, some construction stuff, some tires, the roadblock sign. There seems to be a crane of some sort of like a pit area, if you will, maybe. So let's see here. We'll flip it around. Alright, to the untrained eye, it's just a super cool toolbox. Again, that right there is what it should look like when we have all the packaging off of it. But hiding inside is a world of Skylanders fun. Land, sea, or air, there's a place for all your Skylanders SuperChargers vehicles. You know what? I bet that is not a crane. I bet that is a tower, like flight control type stuff, now that I think about it. Control all the action from the control tower that stands over 10 inches tall. I don't know if that's going to pop up or be placeable. I can't really tell for sure from here. But cleanup is a snap. When you're done playing, just fold the lid and shut it with a secret magnetic closure. So that should be very similar to our trap chest, which again was one of my favorites. Unpacking it very simply, you just slide that off. We'll place it to the side. And what we want to do now is carefully cut away the plastic. We don't want to cut into the finish of the toolbox here. So we will do that. I actually don't think I needed a knife there, but hey. We got a toolbox. We use the tools of the trade. And when you're unboxing things, the knife is a good thing to have. So we'll go ahead and get this torn off if we can. Let me just actually get this out of the camera. That way I can use my hands without it. Alright, we will set that down. Alright, so here's what it looks like. It's kind of like a rough job site box. They kind of did a nice job there with the patina. Handle looks real, but sadly, it's just there, despite how real it. That actually is a very nice chrome. Again, I work a lot on cars, so this is right up my alley. But again, right here, you've got the scratches in it, and that again is intentional. It ties in nicely with the patina. You've got the gusseted corners, if you will. The latches, again, they look real. Again, this is just, it's printed on. There's nothing I can do there. Coming around to the side, again, you sort of got the handles here, which once more, that looks like something I should be able to put my fingers in and grab, but I can't. They just did a really nice job printing everything. Same on the back side. On this side, overkill. How many people are really going to turn this around and look for the hinge? But the way this is going to open, this is where the hinge would be. So very, very nicely done. Again, it is the little things that matter. Here on the bottom, again, you just got kind of more of the patinaed red finish, complete with the scratches. So what we're going to do is right here on this bottom corner, just like our trap chest, you can actually just lift up. It is magnetic. You can see how it'll close again. Newegg is trying to chat with me, or updating my wait time. Let's open this thing up. Okay. Gotta drop it back a bit. Alright, so this is just basically a paper type of a deal, but you've got your roadblock sign, so we can have some fun wrecking that. And then over here, oh, the tires were a thing. Okay, so right here we've got the control tower. It would go like this. You can tell the bottom seems to have this kind of like sandy construction job site surface, and that of course lets you know top from bottom. The control tower up top. Who is manning that thing? That sort of looks like high volt. And then that to me looks like a Spitfire. I'm not sure, but that's what I would think. Let's turn it around. The same thing there. That's a nice detail. And again, even on the inside, if something were to happen and this gets torn apart or something, you've got two sides there. It'll work nicely. We'll set it down, and this was a nice touch. I was wondering if the tire stack would be there. You can't have a pit area, you can't have a racetrack without somebody's tires sitting around. So that's what we've got here. Looks like they're kind of off-road or heavy industrial type tires. And most importantly, though, we can slam vehicles into them. So that's what matters the most there. Right here we've got the Australian warranty statement. So for everyone in Australia, there you go. But for the rest of us, this is it's shaping up quite nicely, I have to say. So out here in the back, I think that would be kind of like our control tower area. And then we've got sort of like the runway or the test strip or something. Coming back in here, ooh, that could go either way, actually. It's probably a runway, in all honesty. There's also the finish line stripe, so who knows. But now that I'm opening this thing, we can kind of see it. Right over here, I think you can see that pretty well. This would be for your C vehicles, right? So we'll take this one, and we will set it down in place, and it makes sense, right? You've got your kind of like your shipyard area, and you can kind of stash the Reef Ripper and Dive Bomber and everything here. Very, very cool. The Sea Shadow looks right at home. We can come in, I'm gonna say right here, I'll have to spin this around so you can see it, but right here is kind of like a garage door, and then there's a tool chest, there's like a oxygen or acetylene tank here. It might actually be CO2 for a welder. Not sure. But I think this to me looks more like the garage. And it's enclosed, right? So it makes sense. And then I would think over here would kind of be like your hangar area. So let's go ahead and spin this down this direction. In my opinion, this is a runway. It's where you'd want like your air vehicles. But again, it works as a test strip or a track too. You can see that flip side there, that's the finish line. Right here it's like Racer A, Racer B type of a thing. You can see the two deviations there. And then the checkered flag there at the finish. Over there you kind of see the water leading out maybe to a river or the ocean or something like that. Sea Shadow again, looks right at home. If we tilt it this way, there went Sea Shadow. Hot Streak had pretty good resistance there. Kind of just some padded walls. Looks like they might be storage. You got the red lights. You got the personnel door in the middle. Let's actually turn it this way now. You can see the tool chest I was talking about. You can see the gases kept in there. He's right in front of the garage door. We'll go ahead and move that for you. Let's grab this and turn it around. Oh yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so check this out. We've got our work area here. Oop, there's Sea Shadow moving, but you see back over there, you got two workstations with the green stools underneath them. Nice color contrast with the red. You got some crescent wrenches, you got some pipe wrenches, you got some hammers, some fenders and dollies, you got the crane hook and the hoist mechanisms here. You got a vise. What is that down there we got? Maybe can't tell from here. That's quite the distance away. But the bottom line, there's actually a lot of detail that went into this. And then you've got this, you know, cabinets underneath where you keep your equipment. You got the creeper seats over there. Again, the toolboxes. This right here is probably, now that I think about it, what you would see down here. This is actually probably like a pit entry area. And what I mean by that is literally like a pit, you know, if you will. A lot of my friends at their garages, you know, they don't have the money for a lift, so they dig out underneath it. And you basically come in, and instead of having to have like a hydraulic lift or an air lift or something, you know, you just come in and you're underneath your vehicle. You can change the oil, service it better, whatever you need to do from the bottom side. These grates here could be for, you know, oil antifreeze. You might have a wash bay, things of that nature. So very, very cool. I also like the tiled floor there. Kind of an industrial vibe, and again, you can sort of see the water finish there. The center divider is the same way. Center divider does not come out. It is fixed position, just like these exterior walls are. And I do believe we have covered everything. So let's go ahead. We'll throw in the barrel blaster here. We'll get the stealth stinger in on this side, nitro stealth stinger. We'll grab the clown cruiser and park it over here. I always thought that looked like it could be a, you know, water ship too, but we'll set that up. You know what? I think you could definitely do this. We've got 1, 2. There's the 3 side by side. What did I do? Here is here is the hot streak. So we'll go ahead and throw it in. I've got all the other vehicles boxed up right now, but you get the general idea. Now I know what you're asking. What if I don't want to store all vehicles in? Can I put Skylanders in? Dark Spitfire. Answer is yes. As you can see, it does not come up to the wall, so you're home free there. Let's grab the Hammer Slam Bowser up here off the Sky Island. And again, even he looks to clear. Okay, barely though. He might actually rub, but he's a bit taller of a profile than the others. We'll set him back in place. And there you go. Everything is stored away nicely. It looks cool. It'll tie in great with your trap chest. Be mindful of the vehicles when you have them in there, especially if they're not stocked. But again, the big perk here, you can throw it out, use it as a playset. Let's go ahead and do that. We got to make this a thorough review of the product, right? And if I say we can, but we don't, what have we really accomplished? And the answer is not much. That's just as good as one of those things where someone says they're going to review something and they pull the plastic off and say, done. Those videos suck, and they tell you nothing. So let's try. Again, this is sort of difficult given the space constraints and trying to fit it all in the camera. But let's do a little bit of a drag race. I know who's going to win. It might be because I've done this before. It might be because I'm commonsensical. Wait a second. I haven't seen the bottom of that trophy in a while. That looks really cool from a distance. Anyway, we'll stick that back in there. I put the traps in there. I've had some people ask me, like, well, what is that thing? Did you get a special trap? No. You got the trophy and the trap. So the traps fit in the trophy. I thought it looked cool. And then why does this one look different? Because this is a Dark Edition, the Ultimate Chaos Trap with the Chaos Trophy. Was with it, and then it fell out. So let's get that out of the way. Apparently Mario wants to be the flag girl. So here we go. We got DK's Barrel Blaster. We got Dark Spitfire's Dark Hot Streak. And you probably know who's going to win. I'll go ahead and front wheel, rear wheel, front barrel, rear barrel. That might be a weak spot, right? So it's kind of downhill. It's on the edge of the pool table. I'll just let them go here at the beginning. And the Barrel Blaster got wrecked. Now, he could have been shooting at Hot Streak, but now we'll give them a little bit of a push here. Once again, same result. We'll switch lanes just to be fair to the standard Barrel Blaster here. Is it the dark energy giving it the edge? I don't know. I tried really hard to propel Barrel Blaster to a victory there, and it did not work. It does work as a test site. Now, let's be fair to the Barrel Blaster. Since he got outran by Hot Streak, let's come in here. Dark Hot Streak for you purists out there. Oh no, there's some tires on the track. Whatever shall we do? Barrel Blaster, could you clear those off so we can make a test hit with Hot Streak? You get the idea. Eventually, if you took time to actually fold that tab in, they would stand flat. Plus, if it wasn't on an incline here. The roadblock. This is interesting stuff here. So, once again, we'll kind of flatten that a smidge. I guess you don't have to flatten it. There's various ways you could make these stand. But we will just go with this route. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. Alright, so we're going to send Barrel Blaster down here just right into the roadblock. Clear it out just like in game. Oh, get wrecked, roadblock. Alright, so this is a win all across the board. You can store the vehicles. It's very, very nicely done on the inside. So the playset aspect of it is very well done. I believe this is where the tower should go. So that's kind of gives you an idea what that would look like. Pretty nice stuff. Again, you could come in here, you can use Velcro, you could scotch tape it. You can just work out, you know, it's kind of been folded. Once it's flat, it'll stand up. But whatever you want to do, if you want to knock the tower down, if you want to just stick to knocking the tires and the roadblock around, lots of options in terms of your playing. The other big thing again here is you've got sort of like a test road. You can come in here and, you know, kids can do the donuts, whatever they want to do. You can throw some real sand on it and kick up some dust. But the main thing, if you're looking for a better way of storing your vehicles, kind of something that looks cool and is, you know, kind of not something all of your friends have type of a deal, come in. This will store 20 plus of them. I have no reason to doubt that based on how we tested it out. It folds up like so, comes around to the top side, and when we drop the latch in place, the magnets catch. It is sealed. It looks like a toolbox. There it is on the pool table, kind of as best we can fit it. Again, it's quite large with this camera angle. My apologies on the Newegg chat sounds, but that is that. $24.99. It is from PowerA. Again, if you happen to pick up the really, really well done trap tray, not the starter pack trap tray, but the PowerA trap box, you know, the one that looks just like the preview of the game, you know, with the two kids in the uncle's workshop type deal. Same closure system here. The magnet's about the same quality board and construction. Nothing's radically changed. It just looks like a sweet toolbox here, and it happens to double as a playset this time. So it hinges out nicely. You got the flat flap on the back side. You can have all kinds of fun with this, regardless of what age you may be, as you can tell from the video. Bottom line, the kids are probably going to love this thing as a playset. You're going to love it as an easy way to transport the vehicles to grandma's house on the weekends, a friend's house, whatever it may be. And if you're just a hardcore purist or a collector, again, this is kind of a step above your standard storage, or if you've been using some lame generic storage, here's you an adequate garage for your vehicles. When you go to bed at night and you know that the Sea Shadow, Reef Ripper, and Dive Bomber are all parked in the waterway inside this storage box, you can rest easy and wake up in the morning and perform better with your vehicles, I suppose. So that said, again, $24.99 in stock right now at Amazon.com. This was sent out by PowerA. Again, big thanks to them for letting us showcase this for you. I'm actually going to use this thing. I'm going to put my vehicles in it. It's going to look cool, and then I can kind of distinguish instead of having to go around and which box has my, you know, Dark Clown Cruiser. I can go right here. I'll know what's in where. And again, they'll stack wonderfully. If you want to pick up two of these for, I don't know, maybe you have doubles of all the vehicles or something, go ahead and do that. They will stack. You can put this in with your trap box. No issues. Everything is fine in the world. And again, be looking for these very, very soon. Let me actually check here. All right. Yeah, we've got it. So, just making sure there wasn't anything we left off, because I remember there was a paper included with it. So we covered everything again. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Again, if you're looking for these, Toys R Us usually gets these fairly quickly. Sometimes GameStop will get them, sometimes they don't. Target, Walmart, they're kind of, you know, Best Buy, I've seen them. But again, look online. You can find it at Amazon. $24.99 is the MSRP, so keep that in mind. And again, this is kind of a cool, fun way to store vehicles from Skylanders SuperChargers. And again, just like the trap box, you can look at it here in a couple of years and be like, yeah, SuperChargers, that was a good time. And maybe get re-inspired to play the game when that time and place arises. But that said, I will end this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Oneofwisdom.com is my personal site. You can also check me out on the Skylanders Skylander Club forum. If you like what you see there, sign up. We would absolutely love to have you join us. SkylanderClub.com. We got polls and discussion. We've got threads on storage solutions. This will be going in there promptly. And again, my preferred method for standard figures remains the PowerA stackable tackle box, because it looks cool. I can fit the figures in, I can isolate and sort them as I desire. For vehicles though, this is a very, very good option, and it's what I will be using personally now that it exists and is in the marketplace. So again, hope I showcased it well enough for you, and if you got any questions, feel free to ask. I will do my best to answer them for you. Once again, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe if you have not. It'll keep you up with all the latest, much more Skylanders gameplay coming your way. Again, I am no longer stuck out of town on Thanksgiving, so we can get back to the good stuff. You can follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. And until next time, I will catch you back for more Skylanders SuperChargers action.